faith was gone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Already, couple of weeks in Germany, or couple of days to a week in Germany, my life is fucked up. And this time I already spent, I have not enjoyed Germany. Almost 1 week to getting to second week is gone. And the visa is just 1 month. Lane's podcast. I have a very beautiful guest in the studio.
Oh, thank you.
My wife, to be precise. Her name is 𝐂𝐎𝐒. Hi, 𝐂𝐎𝐒.
Hi.
Hi, wifey.
Hi, husband.
Yeah, welcome to Lane's podcast. I have you here especially this evening because I think there's more to talk about when it comes to life, you know.
About your life.
About my life, exactly. So, yeah, that's why I invited you here. I know you're always curious about certain things about my life. So
About everything.
Okay, so as the conversation goes on, feel free to ask any kind of questions you want, you know, and of course I will tell you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we continue, I want to appreciate you, my viewers. You know, you guys are like a family to me. I appreciate you guys very much. I really love you guys, you know, and please, whenever you watch my videos, try to comment. I want to know what you feel about my video or how you feel about my videos. To me, it's very important, you know. That encourages me to create more content for you guys. You know, this YouTube thing, Charlie, it's not easy. And share my content to other people. Subscribe to my channel and comment whenever you come across my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's continue. Yeah, I know there's a lot to talk about, you know. For me, I always think that life is a story every day because we do things, so we create story for ourselves automatically. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we are here tonight. Yeah.
So, my first question is, how was life in Ghana before you came to Germany?
Life in Ghana wasn't bad, you know. I always say there's many good things in Africa as well. I wouldn't just pinpoint Ghana. There are good things in Africa as well. You know, there are people who live good life, you know, excellent life, you know. So it wasn't so bad. But of course, everybody want the best for themselves, you know. And for me, I felt like, you know, of course, as much as life was okay, but of course, there are some important things also that when I came here that I realized that, okay, here you have good health. I mean, that is most important. I mean, good health system, the medical system where you just have to take your card and go to the hospital and they take care of you. Nobody even care how much or whatever they do for you. You know, which for me is an excellent service. Apart from that, also, you know, people respect you and your values. I mean, it's not entirely like this though, but I mean, people will respect you as much your workplace, you know, and the people that value like you as a person, they respect you. And then one thing I value here most is the time. Everybody respect time. Yeah, it's something very important. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's just it. So feel free, ask whatever. If there's a question, go ahead before we talk about my biography.
Yeah, so how come that you chose Germany? Why Germany? I mean, you could go everywhere in Europe.
Why Germany? Good question.
Did you check the weather before you came?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I didn't check the weather. You know, if I had checked the weather, I would have maybe gone to Mauritania because the weather here is crazy. You know, today is raining, tomorrow is cold, and then the sun is a bit out for 30 minutes. Then you know it's cold again. But I mean, first I was a bit depressed, but now I'm okay because I got used to it because I realized that no matter the situation, either raining or shining, you have to go and work a bit, you know, to get yourself back. You know, if you stay in the room, it's dangerous, but sometimes you just have to try, get your raincoat or whatever, your snow boots, and go for a walk, you know. It's very important, yeah.
And how come that you chose Germany?
This story, I used to watch TV, you know. I used to watch a lot of things from Germany. I mean, they have good things, you know. But my travel, really, I didn't sit down to think, oh, I want to come to Germany. But when I had a visa, then I realized, okay, I think Germany is better than most of the European countries, you know. And then I decided, okay, let me just come here and see what happens, you know. Yeah.
And what do you like in Germany? Like, how can I say? The lifestyle or the food? What do
Yeah.
you like the most?
What? Germany food, I don't like it. It's one-way food. I don't like German food. But of course, one thing that I like here more is the Chinese food.
Yeah.
I like the Chinese food, but I like the Turkish food more because my wife is Turkish. Hello. Yeah, I
So
like
you
the,
like it more than me?
Oh, I love my wife, but for the food, I like the food also, Yeah.
You like the food more?
I like the food. Yeah. So German food is not something that I like, It's, I wouldn't say it's not healthy, but it's more of things that I don't really like. I don't get along with, let's just say it like that. Yeah.
Not so many spices.
Yes, exactly. So, I don't like the food, but I like some of the people that the Germans, I like some of them. Some of them are very nice, even though the majority of them are not so nice. But they have a lot of nice German people that when you meet them, they make you feel like, you are home. You understand? Yeah. So, yeah, of course, yeah, that's just, that's how that's the way it is.
Did you come alone?
I didn't travel alone. So I guess I would just start the story,
Yeah.
So my viewers can also get along, because I think it's most important to also, my viewers also gets along with me to know who I am,
Yeah, to
where
get
I
to
come
know you
from.
better, yeah.
Exactly, to
Yeah.
get to know me better. It's also
So
important.
how was your experience when you came?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not easy, Charlie. Yeah, but I just have to go ahead. And before we go ahead, there are certain things that if I say you are not okay with it, forgive me. It was a life journey, you understand?
He's already scared.
It was a life journey, and it wasn't so easy. It wasn't so smooth,
Yeah.
Yeah. But thank God that we found each other. That's the most important thing to me. Yeah. So, So before coming to Germany, I was working with a cousin, a long-distance cousin, in a mining field in a city or a town called Odan, in Ghana. It's actually in the eastern region, if I'm not lying, That is where I used to do a small mining with my cousin,
For how long?
We did it for almost 3 to 4 years before I left to Germany. Okay, so it happened like this. I didn't ever think of traveling, even though I had opportunities or people talk about traveling. Me per se, I never had thought about it so much that I want to travel and stay in Europe or whatever, because of course I had okay life, yeah. So there was this guy who was owing me money, and then one day, I actually used to look for him. It was through a friend, and after giving him the money, and I didn't see him again for a long time, maybe more than 2 years or 3 years, and then one day. A friend met him and he called me and he's like, yeah, he's back in town. He actually traveled. He's sorry. But he can't give me the physical cash, but he would love to give me a visa instead of the cash. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I said, okay, no problem. It's okay. It's not bad. Of course, I always also think that traveling is always a good opportunity to learn few things, Yeah. So I told him, okay, no problem. And then, within 1 or 2 weeks, he got me a visa, And before I continue, there's something I would say. Traveling, or if you want to travel, as a young person, or no matter your age or whoever, if you want to travel, first of all, sit down, think about the opportunities that travel can offer you and the opportunities that travel can't offer you. And if you are coming, where you are going to stay, what exactly are you coming to do? And
Did you think about it?
These are the things I didn't think about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, I didn't think about it. And for me, I was a bit ignorant at that time. I didn't even think about it one time.
I don't think you were ignorant. I think you just didn't have experience.
Yes, and I didn't have anybody to to advise me about traveling. This is the most important thing. You have to study about traveling first before you get stranded in Europe or wherever you travel to, you know. So, of course, for me, when he gave me this visa, then I started thinking, where should I travel to? You know. Then, of course, I had everything. I had my apartment, I had, you know, my cars, whatever. You know, I was living an okay life, you know. So I was starting thinking, where should I go? Where should I go? Where should I go? You know, then I said, okay, then let me come to Germany.
The best place.
I mean, yeah, then Germany is actually like a little bit of economically better than all the other European countries, or most of the European countries, you know. So I said, okay, then let me come to Germany. But I didn't come to Germany straightforward. I went to Greece for a couple of days to chill there a bit, you know.
How was it?
It was great. And funny enough, when I went to pick the visa, I met a guy there. He also didn't know where he was going to.
Wow.
He told me his uncle was a judge, and he wanted to help him to get a visa, and he got a visa, but he doesn't know where to travel to. Wow. So he wanted to follow me. This story, yeah?
Where did he go?
I brought him to Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry, we are coming.
Okay.
Yeah, so I said, okay, let me come to Germany. And then this guy, he was not even living in Accra then. He was living in the Brong-Ahafo region. So he traveled all the way from Brong-Ahafo region to my house to stay with me for a couple of days. And then we left Ghana one evening, you know. And then, you know, before even coming, okay, I didn't know anybody in Germany. I didn't really have a family in Germany. So I was thinking of, where should I stay when I come? Who should I look to? Like, as in, I didn't think I was coming to stay though, but I was looking for somebody who can show me around, or probably when they have time, you know, they can take me to places. Because for me, it was very important that I do these things when I come here and take photos as usual. Yeah. So one friend introduced me to one guy, you know, in Berlin or whatever I think it was from Berlin or somewhere like this. And then we spoke on the phone and everything. He said, oh, I have an apartment for you. You know, when you come, you can stay in my apartment whenever you want to leave. It's not a problem. Even if you want to stay, I will help you. You can go to school. I will do this. I will do this. I will do this. I will do that. I said, okay. I was so happy, you know. And then he said, yeah, but it will cost you 1,000 euros. I said, really? For me? I said, okay, no problem. So I was so happy and naive that I even sent him the money. Yeah, okay. Really. I sent him the money. Yeah, so after giving the 1,000 euro, then we left Ghana, me and the guy who came to me actually, you know, for help, because he also doesn't know anybody in Germany, so I had to travel with him here. And also he has to follow me like wherever I'm going, you know, then he has to also be there with me, you know. For me, I'm a good person. So helping someone who has a visa and doesn't know where to go wasn't really a problem. I feel like, let's go and do it together. I mean, somebody wants to help me. So definitely I can help the person that maybe if you can stay there for a couple of days or whatever before you find a way, no problem. You know, so we left and then, we arrived in München, as in Bayern. We arrived in Bayern. And in Bayern, at the airport, we came out of immigration, you know, and then I have to call this guy that, I've arrived in Bayern, so I want to take the train from Bayern to meet him in Berlin. I called him, he didn't pick up. And then I remember very well, he called me back, he said he has traveled, so I should find my own way. When he comes, he will call me. Okay, he didn't even tell me when he wants to come back to Germany or wherever he is. He just said, find your way. When I come, I will call you. I said, okay, no problem. So, I had no option. We were stranded. We already spent a couple of days in Greece, so the money we even have wasn't so much like that. We have to, book hotel every day. Because for me, I have already paid for a place. So I was thinking, I'm safe, I'm okay.
Yeah, and Germany is more expensive than Greece.
Exactly. So I wasn't really worried. I think we'll have a space. And now I'm stranded. What should I do? I have no option. So then I had a friend, an old friend. So I called and I asked her, can you help me? I'm stranded, but I need at least a day at night to pass and set my head down, settle down and find a place to go. And the person said,
you alone or with your friend?
No, the two of us, with the two of us. I wasn't alone. With the two of us. So we went there. And then we spent the night. And then I told her, please, I can't go with him. Where I am going, the person is not there. The person said, I have to come and stay in hotel again and wait for them. And this is not possible because he doesn't have money. I have to pay for his hotel. So I'm begging you, if you can find a place for him to stay and help him, it's okay. Do this for me. But for me, I will move on. And then she said, okay, it's not a problem. She will try. Then I left him there, and then I moved on. So I went to Berlin. I got to Berlin. I checked in the hotel, waiting for him. Because he told me that he will come. I should just wait. He's coming back. He traveled.
And your friend, he stayed in München?
No. We traveled from München to Paderborn. We were new, so we didn't even know where München and Paderborn is. We were just given a direction that, take a train here, come here. You know, that was what it is. Yeah, wow. We didn't know anything. So when we got there, and then I left Paderborn to Berlin the next time. Yeah, the next day.
Why Berlin?
Because he was living in Berlin. The guy was living in Berlin.
You still trusted him?
Yeah. So I went to Berlin to sleep in a hotel.
Yeah. Oh.
For 4 days, waiting for him. I didn't call him the first day, the second day, the third day. I called him. He said, I will come soon. You wait for me a couple of days, I will come. I waited in the hotel for 1 week. My money was almost gone.
Wow.
This guy is not showing up. Then something kept telling me, be wise, Evans. Be wise. This makes no sense. You know, then I thought about the whole situation. I was like, this guy is fooling me, you know. So I spoke to my friends, you know. I called a couple of friends. And then I spoke to one guy also. He was also living in Germany. But the way he sounded, he was not willing to help me. He only said, you know, you can do this, you can do that. I'm like, what can I do?
So you knew him from Ghana? No,
it was also a friend whom I called. And he also knew a Ghanaian guy living in Germany here. Okay. And he gave me his number to call him. But he didn't offer me any help when I called him. That, bro, you are trying to come. I'll find a small space for you.
Oh, wow.
He just said, if anything, call me. But at the moment, I'm stranded. And they're telling me, if anything, call me.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I thought about it. I'm like, okay, I can't do this. So there was this young guy who used to, you know, I know him. He sometimes comes to spend some time with me, you know. And then I called him and I tried to explain to him that this is what happened to me. And he said, I have a friend, a pen pal, who lives in Hamburg. Then I was in Berlin. I don't even know where Hamburg is.
Yeah.
So I always talk to her. If she accepts, then you can go there and spend some time, hoping that maybe when the guy comes, he will call you. I said, okay, no problem. So right now, my faith was gone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Already a couple of weeks in Germany, or a couple of days to a week in Germany, my life is fucked up. You know. So I thought about them like, okay, no problem. Let me go to the woman. And she also doesn't really speak English. So her son.
So she was a German?
Yes. So her son spoke to me. He said, we are here, you can come, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay. Then I took the train again from Berlin to Hamburg.
Wow, and it's far.
Far. Okay, now I'm in Hamburg. And then I realized the person was also not living in the city. She was living in a very strange house, you know, in the middle of nowhere. It looks like in a forest, in a typical forest.
But you like forests.
Yeah, but I like forest, but it was a bit strange, you know, in a strange land, a new land, you know. And a typical forest, I didn't see anything, just one house, maybe after 30 minutes walk, and then her house is the next.
You told me this story, but I didn't know that it was in the beginning.
Yeah.
I thought later.
No, it was in the beginning. It was in the beginning. This story was in the beginning. So when I got there, I had no option, you know. I needed to stay. So she had a very old house, you know, and she told me, okay, you go up. And then I was living next to her son, actually, you know.
How old was he then?
Who? The guy?
Her son?
I think around 13 there.
Okay, he was young.
Yeah, very young guy, but a very nice personality, you know. Yeah. So, you know, in the day we go, in Hamburg, there's like, you know, there are a lot of water in Hamburg. Yeah, you know, it's a port. There are a lot of ports. So sometimes we walk to the water side and stuff like that to get to know a bit of Hamburg, you know, with time. And, you know, it was going on like that. And I realized certain things that I didn't like, you know. I realized the woman was playing advanced, you know, like trying to get intimate. But I am somebody, I don't really get intimate like that with people I don't have feeling for. So I thought about the whole thing. I said, no, I don't want to do this, because if you don't like someone and you take advantage of them or you try to do something with them, then at the end of the day, it's also a disappointment because this person has been a help to you. So it's better to find a way out,
But should I tell you something? This is always happening to women, actually. Like, I think so many women, they experience the same, that somebody tried to help, and then they took advantage of it.
You're right.
Yeah.
But not just women, men also go through this sometimes.
I never knew.
But men are always silent. Men don't talk so much about these things. We are always silent,
Yeah.
So when it happened and I thought about it, I'm like, no, I can't go through this because I don't even know what will happen next. I spoke to a few people that said, hey, it's opportunity, use it. You will do this, you will come over it, And the saddest thing, on the saddest moment that I will never forget, at that time of my life, I started building a house. And then some people went to break the wall of the house.
What?
Yes. Some
Why?
people in Ghana, they want to break the wall of the house because they said the land where I'm building on belongs to them. This was also another problem. So you see,
What?
one human being.
Yeah.
I was going through a lot here. I was going through a lot in Ghana.
Yeah.
I tried to solve it. And then here, I don't know where my life is heading to. Funny enough, my visa was also very short. And this time I already I have not enjoyed Germany. Almost 1 week to getting to second week is gone. And the visa is just 1 month.
Okay.
Yeah. So my life became a bit stressed, Then I spoke to some other guys. Being a young guy, I know a lot of people. I spoke to some other guy. And this guy, his name is 𝐿𝐿𝐒. I spoke to him. And then he said, oh, I know somebody in Düsseldorf that I've heard before. And he's a very cool person. I know him. So I can introduce you to him. Then you can go. And then when I called the guy, oh, you are stranded there? I said, yeah. He said, come, no problem. Come home. Don't go through this pain. Come home. I said, brother, thank you. Then I took the train again.
From Hamburg to
Düsseldorf.
To Düsseldorf.
Initially, the woman didn't even want me to leave. She was crying when I left.
What?
Because she said, where you are going to, you will go through trouble. Stay here. I said, no. Because I was also scared of my life, I didn't want to. Yeah, because maybe if the person like you, don't like you, I don't know what they were thinking. You don't know what they would do to you,
How did you leave then?
No, I explained to her that I promised her that I will come back. If things go worse, I will come back.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there are ways to always talk to people to understand you. So I did this, and then, she understood, and then she brought me to the train station, and then, I drove to Düsseldorf. Another chapter of my life again.
Maybe you should tell how many hours it is from Hamburg to Düsseldorf?
Yes. So from Hamburg to Düsseldorf was actually like 6 hours. 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours. Roughly 6 hours. And
without traffic, maybe.
No, I used the train. There's no traffic.
Okay.
The fast train.
Yeah.
There's no traffic. So and that I didn't even buy the ticket. It was the same woman who helped me to buy the ticket.
Okay, at least she was nice.
Yes. Oh, she's a nice person, actually. Yeah. So when I got to Düsseldorf, what can I say? I'm in Düsseldorf now. He met me at the Düsseldorf train station. Then he took me home. Actually, when we got home, I thought, oh, now I'm happy. My life is okay a bit, to settle down before I start thinking of my life. Because at this situation, I don't even know, did I come for vacation? Should I stay? Because everything is, messing around already. Yeah. And then...
I think that some people, they will give up.
Exactly. So at this time, I said, okay, let me stay for a short time and see. Then I stayed with him for about a week. And he said, yo, it's okay, here is good, you can change life, blah, 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 I really didn't want her to stay. But then at this point of life, I've even exhausted the visa. Yeah, because look at all this journey. I've already exhausted the visa. The visa is expired. And if I go back home, there will be no chance of me traveling to Europe again because I've already overstayed, which is not allowed in the European system, So I thought about it. I'm like, okay, then it's just better I stay. Even though I had a lot of things there also, but at that moment, my life was stressed. I couldn't even think straight, because of all these experiences. I couldn't think straight. I was just...
So did you regret it? Sorry, babe. Did you regret it that you came here by this
At that time, I didn't even know what the word regret anymore.
Oh.
Because I was so stressed.
Yeah.
I'm going through a lot. Why would I even think about regret or what is good?
Yeah.
I was just moving by the day, walking by the day. I didn't think about anything anymore. You know. So when I got to this guy's house, he gave me there was this small people call it like upsell comer, where they pack things, food stuff. This small,
Like groceries and
yes, this small space, and then he put a small bed inside.
What?
Yes, and there was a guy there.
Huh?
Yes.
In the same room.
Yes, there was a guy sleeping on this small bed. His leg couldn't even fit. We always have to sleep like this. And then he said, we have to exchange. When I sleep today on the floor, he will sleep on the bed. And then the next day I will sleep on the bed and he will sleep on the floor.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, this is what he told me. But he's charging me 300, either 300 350 euro a month to stay in that place.
For the small place.
Yes.
You could rent
yes.
an apartment
yes.
for this money.
How
But
would I
it's,
even know? So I was staying there with a guy, and the guy was also so mean. He was not a friendly person. He was coming from Italy to Germany, so he was not somebody who even talks to me so much. So I didn't even know what he was also paying. But for me, I was paying that 300 or 350 euro a month. No food, nothing.
wow.
Yeah. I was living there till some time.
But this is mean.
That's human being. That's human being. I was living there. Sometimes this guy gets very angry. He locks the door. He takes the key out. Especially when I go out to maybe just walk around a bit. Before I'm coming, he locks the door.
Why?
He takes the key. He said, yeah, this is Europe. This is Europe. You have to learn. You have to learn it. And then I said, what is Europe? I told you I'm going for a walk. Yeah, I don't have time. I'm going for work. Like, okay. And I have to stay in the cold outside till he's coming back. And then at a point of time, sometimes it's even more than crying, like, the things I go through. And then I called my friend, and my friend told me that my friend who introduced me to him told me that he said he will punish you. He will take you to a school in Germany. I said, really? I felt bad, but what can I say? I had no option at that time. He said he would take me through like a school in Germany. I said, okay, no problem. God's time is the best. And this guy, I was living there. Whenever I go out and come, even if he's not going to work, he's gone out. And he never gave me a key. He said he doesn't want me to open his door for somebody to steal him. So he never gave me a key. I didn't have a key.
But doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Even if you are in the house, somebody could come.
Yes. So he never gave me a key.
Or did he lock when he left and you were inside?
Yeah, if I'm inside, he locks the door and take the key away.
Wow.
Yeah, of course. And when he come back and I want to go for a walk, the moment I move from the house, he go to work, or he just go out and come back after 6-7 hours or sometimes 4 hours, and I'm in the cold. Sometimes I sleep in the garden.
Huh?
Yes. Do you know in Düsseldorf there's a place called Volksgarten?
Yeah.
If you take the train station,
Close
one
station.
stop,
Yeah.
it's called Volksgarten.
Yeah.
When you get down Volksgarten, on your right, there's a garden there.
Yeah.
I used to sleep there. In winter, I slept in that garden. Yes, I slept in that garden. Yes, I slept in Volksgarten garden. Life wasn't easy, and life is like this sometimes, And I'm not saying this because I want people to feel bad, but it's the truth. When you are traveling, before you want to take a step to travel, you should know where you are going, and you should know what is entailed there before you go. Don't go and stay with a stranger. If you're not careful, the one city you are earning in your house is better than where you are going. Trust me, the things I went through. Somebody will say, why didn't I go back?
I wanted to ask you right now.
By that time, visa is expired, and I've already given up on my job. Mining job is not a job that you can go and take back. You understand? It's a job when you leave, you leave. If you go, you must have the capital to put it back. You understand? And then I've left it already, so many things, And even before I left, maybe just after 1 week, my friend sold some of my cars and stuff, And he also said, I said, okay, maybe even if I should go back, I will have the capital from him. And then he told me, no, he's taking the money to China. There's no need, so I should relax.
Wow.
It's for a business. What can I say? That's human beings, Then I said, okay. And then I visa is exhausted. What should I do? Let me just face the life, And And then got to a point, I was tired of this suffering because sometimes even if I don't have money, I need to call home for money. It was always like that because the bills were too much I'm paying. I have to buy food, I have to pay light bill, I have to pay this and pay 300 euro for the room. And sometimes I buy things, one day it's finished, I don't even use it. But I don't have the power to say it. You know, I don't have the power to say anything. I don't even have the right to say it. You understand? If I misbehave, they will kick me out of the apartment. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Sometimes they will tell you, get out, go and walk, go out. And you have to go.
What?
Yeah, you have to go. Then, you know, along the line, I met a friend, you know. He's actually from, I think, either Benin or Burkina, you know. His name is Ahmed. This guy sometimes I have to go to his house and he will cook a bit and he will give me food to eat, you know. And then the guy I was living with told me, oh, he found a job for me. I said, oh, really? My first time, you know,
Baby, you were so naive. You were so naive.
My first time about to work in Germany is here now, finally. I have a job. I need to work. Then
you trusted everybody.
but this same guy is the person I'm living with.
Yeah.
And then he said he has a job for me. What should I say? I'm happy. Finally, I don't have to stay home. I need to do something.
Yeah,
And they
you're
said,
always like this, yeah.
But the job is 1.5 hour job. I said, what? 1.5 hour job? He said, yeah. The guy said, when you start after 1 week to 2 weeks, you will add more hours for you. I said, okay. Then he said, yeah, the place is called Penny Mats.
Yeah.
And when I go there, they will show me the machine, how to clean the floor, or penny, because I couldn't even speak the language. What could I do?
So it's a grocery store.
Like a grocery store, yes. When I go, I have to clean the floor and all that. I said, okay, no problem. I have to start from somewhere, you know, at least food to eat, no problem. And then the guy who looked for the job for me demanded I pay 100 euro for the job. I paid the 100 euro as his commission before he's giving me the job. I paid it. They said I have to buy a ticket for 70 euro a month or whatever, 60 euro. Then I bought it.
Which ticket?
To take the train, go and come back to work from work.
70
euro. 70 euro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this money is like for the ticket, like buying the ticket to go in and out. I paid this. They bought the ticket for me also.
Yeah.
And funny enough, the job I'm doing is just 2 hours a day, 1.5 hour a day, and I have to take this ticket, leave the house like 3 a.m., get there by around 4 o'clock or something like this, do 1.5 hour job and come back home. I did this for 1 month. I didn't see my salary. The guy said, oh, the owner of the card is in UK, so I can't pay you now. He has to post the card. I said, what? So, I mean, even if you calculate the money I'm spending, and they are going to pay me 140 a month, 140 euros a month, it was nothing. It was nothing. So then I think, okay, but it's okay. I will use it to add to what I have, so at least I can survive. And now you are telling me that the owner of the bank card that I'm using to work is also in UK. They have to post it. So I should continue working. I have to ask for money home again, buy another ticket, continue working. 2 months, nothing came.
Wow.
3 months, nothing came. It was sad. 3 months at work, my life, I didn't receive a salary, nothing. Then I got so angry. I said, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Then the guy who, I had a friend who I used to visit also. Also, he was living with a Ghana guy, you know, and this guy didn't like me at all. The Ghana guy, he was so jealous that I had,
What?
I don't know why. He was so jealous. Then one day I went there, I think after work, and then I went there and then he called police for me. He just called, they called police for me. He called police for me.
Why was he jealous?
Till now, I'm yet to know. Just because I'm friends with the other guy, he doesn't understand why. Because they were living in the same room, you know, and he just called police for me. And that's where I got arrested.
Wow.
Yes, that's
For nothing?
For nothing, I got arrested. So I lost the job because I got arrested. Then there was no money. And then I went back to the house to pack my things. And I told the guy, I need the money. He didn't want to give me the money. He didn't want to give me the money. And then I said, if you not give me the money, I will cause problem. He didn't even mind me. And then I called the woman back in Hamburg, this woman. And I explained everything to her that this is what happened to me. And she said, okay, if this is the case, she will call the company. And then she called the woman who gave me the job, the woman who is the owner of the job. She said, oh, she paid. She before the end of the month, she pays everything. So she's paid every money. And then he called the guy. He said, if you don't give him the money, I will call the lawyer. I will tell him everything. And then you have a big problem. And then the guy went to the bank and he gave me part of the money. He didn't give me everything. He gave me just part of the money. I think he gave me 60 euro out of almost 400 or 50 euro. Something. He made 60 euro. What should I do? Nothing.
How could you survive with this money?
Nothing. What could I do? Then also, I was arrested by the government. So now my life has to start all over again. I pack everything. And then the government sent me far. They told me at the end of Germany.
Where?
It's a city called Stralsund. And this is the worst place to ever stay. You know, there was so much troubles there. So many things that I went through there, you know, that I wouldn't even want to talk about. But because it was bad. It was very, very, very bad. You know, imagine you are walking and then somebody stops you and throw a banana at you. They just stop their car and they throw a banana at you. Sometimes even their dogs, they leave their dogs to attack you.
What?
Yeah, of course. I've witnessed friends that...
German people?
Yes, of course. Of course. Typical racist city. They don't want to see a black person there.
They are racist.
I'm telling you. There's this time I've seen my own friend I was in the room with. He went to party. He never came back. He called. He said he was in a mental house. They beat him to the pulp and they called the police that, oh, we met this guy. He's mentally sick. Come and take him. And then they took him. They called the mental house or whatever ambulance. They took him to the mental house.
Whoa.
Yeah, he stayed there for very long. He stayed there for a very, very long time. I've seen a lot. I've seen people fight where we were living. People were fighting. You know, blood was flowing like water. You have to flip the window. You know, my life was depressed. I felt like, you know, at a point of time, I thought of committing suicide, you know, because it was too much for me. I couldn't handle it anymore, you know. I had so much pains in my heart. At the point of time, I was so depressed that I didn't even know if I was a human being anymore or whatever. You know, yeah, it was sad. Sometimes they call Bundespolizei for you for just a small thing. And Bundespolizei is a police that fights terrorism.
But how long did you stay there in Stralsund?
I was staying there for almost 3-4 years, if I'm not lying. Yeah. And then I thought about everything. I said, no, this is too much. I can't continue like this. Then I met Evans. You know, Evans. Yes, Evans.
There?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He came there, and then he said, yeah, Charlie, don't stay here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. And then he brought me to Duisburg. And, you know, then when I came back to Duisburg, you know, it was a bit refreshing because then I could feel myself again. I could feel like I'm a human being again.
Yeah.
That's where I started life, you know.
Yeah.
You know, doing this, doing a bit of party, working there, doing that. Even though I didn't have anything, but I'd had some card to keep on me to work legally and stuff.
Yeah, but Duisburg, you know, the people are more friendly.
Exactly. There were a lot of foreigners, you know.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of opportunities, you know. There was nothing like I'm hungry, I can't have food to eat, you know.
No.
But also when I got to Duisburg, there was this woman that in Duisburg here that gave me a paper to work. Yeah. And then when I was working in another city, like Mönchengladbach, that's like 2 hours from here. And I went to work, and the month ended. I came to her house to pick my money. And when I picked the money, that day I was so hungry because I didn't even have money to eat on me. There was not even 1 euro on me to eat. So I waited. She said she's not home. I said, okay, I will wait. I waited for her to come home. I went, and then she said, when I went, I said, yeah, the money that came, it was not so much I knew she liked because she doesn't even allow me to see how much came. And then she gave me, then I think, 400 euros out of 1,300 euros or something. She gave me 400 euros. And these 400 euros, I have to buy ticket, I have to buy food. And the ticket was 120 euro or 30 euro to go to Mönchengladbach in the morning, you know. And then I was so stressed in this situation. And when I got up, the money fell on her carpet in her apartment because I was so stressed. And then I just walked to the step, not even outside. Like I just walked on her step, first, second step, and I realized that, I left the money in the house. I went there, she said she didn't see any money. Yeah. She said she
It's
didn't
not surprising me because she took your money already. So
she took the money and I have to go to an Alpha shop to buy food on credit. to be able to survive.
Yeah, but at least, I mean, you could do this in
Actually,
Duisburg.
but in Duisburg, of course, I have access to Afro shop where I could buy food on credit, So, but then here, you don't have to go through all the situations. When you keep going, you have to shift it a bit, and then you find a comfort, That's how I was, my life was here, It's that's how it somehow my life, became, I felt here, that's how, the experience, that was how I experienced it here,
And you still didn't want to go back? Or?
At this time, I've spent so many years. So I felt like...
you got used to it?
No, I felt like either going back, just kill yourself. Because what are you going to do? You've disappointed your family, And then here you are, and your life is messed up like this. So why do you have to go? What are you going to do? What are you going to tell the people?
But when I met you, you were thinking about it. Like
it was always on my mind, even till you met. It was always on my mind. But then
you said, "What should I do here?"
Yeah, but then I felt a bit comfortable because things were okay. I had a bit of savings, and all that. So even going back home wouldn't affect me so much. You understand? But before then, even if I go, it was nothing. You understand? I have to start all over again, and it's like it was too much for me to handle. Yeah. So that's how it happened, and then. Along the line, things get a little bit better. I was able to get an apartment, and God being so good when I met you, my soulmate, Funny enough, I was admiring you for almost 4 years, Yeah, so luckily, and then we got along, and then God bless us, we got married and have kids, and here I am now. So my life wasn't smooth, I had the same situation back in Ghana. But, living in a country whereby you don't have any family, you live alone, and you go through this. At the point of time, sometimes I remember one day, I got very sick. I was in an apartment, I got very sick. I didn't have any paper to go to hospital. I didn't have anything. And I thought I was going to die. Believe me, I thought I was going to die. Everybody I called gave up on me, So, yeah.
But this is crazy.
Yeah. I thought I was going to die. I've been through a lot. But, God being so good, it made me a strong person, Yeah, it made me a very strong person.
Yeah, I know. You are a lion.
Yeah, so that's a little bit about me, Maybe when time comes, one day I'll also talk more about myself, how life started in Ghana, and all these things. But, yeah, that's just the way it is for now.
Okay. Then, so the story was very sad. That's why at the end, I want to ask something what is more
okay,
like interesting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me and my questions. So before you came to Germany, the last thing what you ate in Ghana?
Honestly, before I left Ghana, I think I ate fufu. Yeah. I'm somebody in Ghana. Every afternoon I go and eat fufu. So yeah, I ate fufu. Yeah. I love fufu in the afternoon. Yeah, there's a place called Bush Canteen at East Legon. It was a very nice place. I went to eat fufu before I came. I took my flight in the evening. Yeah. So good people. Yeah, that's just a bit about me. My life struggles, it wasn't easy, but God being so good, I'm okay now. Life is okay. I've got my life on now, so don't think it was like that always. No, I'm a better person now. And somebody will ask, do I have any regrets, living in Germany? At some point I did, but not entirely. Now I'm a better person. I've learned a lot, so I wouldn't say I regret living in Germany. I mean, staying here. I'm happy I stayed. I'm happy that I learned a lot, and I have a lot, to teach people. Sometimes when I see people come on Facebook and they are saying, "Oh, can you give me this? Can you give me this? Can you send me this? Can you send me this? I don't have 50 CD." And I'm like, okay, you people are lucky, that you have me to send you 50 CD. Yeah, So I had an experience, but I'm happy that it went through also, and I'm happy that I'm still alive. And with this experience, one day I will share with my kids or people that I have access to,
I mean, it made you stronger.
Yes, it made me stronger. And I'm happy that life is okay with me. And I thank God. Yeah, so thank you guys for spending this beautiful time with me. to know more about me, feel free to comment, share this video. Let it reach everybody. And
Don't forget to subscribe.
to Lane's podcast.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.